Why high-value men ignore women. 8 reasons must know. Have you ever pondered why some men of exceptional value seem to effortlessly command attention and respect from women, while others struggle to make an impression? If you believe the answer solely lies in financial wealth or physical appearance, you're in for a paradigm shift. As the saying goes, the truth shall set you free. Today, we dive deep into the enigmatic world of high-value men and their ability to employ stoicism to the fullest. You see, it's not about flaunting riches or relying on superficial charm. It's about a profound understanding of human psychology and how, paradoxically, the art of ignoring women can be a magnetic force in itself. In this captivating exploration, we'll dissect the psychology behind why high-value men choose to ignore women and the astonishing impact it has on their desirability. It's more than just a tactic. It's a transformational mindset. Join us as we unveil the 8 compelling reasons behind why high-value men embrace this approach, and how you, too, can integrate these insights into your own life, gaining a deeper understanding of Stoicism and its powerful influence on modern dating dynamics. Stay tuned for the eye-opening revelations ahead. Ignore her if she's starting fights. In the realm of relationships, particularly for men aged 30 to 65 who are navigating the complexities of modern dating and interactions, understanding when and why to maintain a distance can be crucial. This concept is deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism, which teaches the importance of self-control and not yielding to baseless provocations. High-value men, those who embody strength, resilience, and a calm demeanor, often find themselves at a crossroads when dealing with conflict in relationships. It's a common scenario. She might start an argument or a fight, seemingly out of nowhere. The key here is to recognize this as a potential sign of disrespect or a lack of value towards you. Stoicism teaches us to respond, not react. As Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote resonates profoundly in such situations. By choosing not to engage in these baseless arguments, you exercise control over your emotions and actions, a hallmark of a high-value individual. The act of ignoring in this context is not about being dismissive, it's about setting boundaries. It's a wake-up call, a silent message that conveys the unacceptability of irrational and unreasonable outbursts. This approach aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what's within our control. By refraining from participating in these fights, you're not only preserving your peace of mind, but also sending a clear signal that such behavior won't be tolerated or rewarded with your attention and care. However, this doesn't mean that you permanently withdraw your affection or care. The Stoic approach is about balance and rationality. Once there is an acknowledgement of the mistake, it's important to communicate your perspective. This conversation should be rooted in clarity and understanding, not in the heat of the moment. It's about explaining your stance, why you chose not to engage in the argument, and how such behavior impacts the relationship. This is where modern life intersects with ancient wisdom. In an age where communication can often be rapid and reactionary, taking a moment to step back, reflect, and then engage in a meaningful conversation is a powerful tool. In conclusion, for men in the age group of 30 to 65, understanding the value of ignoring provocations in certain situations is crucial. It's a strategy that not only helps maintain personal peace, but also sets a standard in relationships. By applying this Stoic principle, you're not just avoiding unnecessary conflict, you're also fostering a relationship based on respect and rationality. This approach, deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy, is as relevant today as it was in ancient times, offering timeless wisdom for the modern man, busy with their purpose. In the realm of Stoicism, the pursuit of a meaningful life is paramount. High-value men embodying this principle are deeply engrossed in their personal missions and grand ambitions. Their lives are not mere sequences of events, but purpose-driven journeys. This intense focus on achieving significant goals leaves little room for trivial pursuits, such as idle flirting or superficial relationships. These men understand that time is a non-renewable resource. They channel their energies into crafting a life that resonates with their core values and aspirations. Unlike those who passively wait for fortune to grace them, high-value men are architects of their destiny. They are proactive, constantly in motion, shaping their lives with deliberate and thoughtful actions. This relentless drive and ambition are not just personal traits but also act as a beacon, attracting others, especially women. It's a stark contrast to the low-value men who might offer fleeting attention but lack the substance and depth that comes from a life lived with purpose. High-value men, through their actions, demonstrate a fundamental Stoic belief that our actions and choices define us, not our words or intentions. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This encapsulates the essence of high-value men. They are not caught up in endless discussions or fantasies about what they could be. They are actively engaged in being the best version of themselves. This commitment to personal excellence is inherently attractive and commands respect. In our modern world, where distractions are plentiful and instant gratification is often sought, the path of a high-value man is both challenging and rewarding. It requires discipline, a clear vision, and an unwavering commitment to one's values and goals. For men aspiring to this ideal, the advice is straightforward, yet profound. Focus on what truly matters. Build a life that you can look back on with pride, one that is rich in achievements and aligned with your deepest convictions. In conclusion, high-value men are not just distinguished by their achievements but also by their approach to life. They embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By focusing on their purpose and relentlessly pursuing their goals, they create lives of significance and, in doing so, naturally draw others towards them. Their journey is a testament to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, offering a blueprint for living a fulfilled and meaningful life in today's fast-paced world. Free attention. In the realm of Stoicism, we can draw profound wisdom of why high-value men seem to ignore women. Let's dissect this situation and explore it through the lens of Stoic philosophy. First and foremost, we encounter the concept of free attention. In today's world, when a woman picks up her phone, she's bombarded with notifications, messages, and gestures of free attention from countless men. This constant influx can inflate her ego and create a sense of self-importance even before she starts her day. Now let's shift our perspective to the high-value man, someone deeply rooted in Stoicism. He understands the value of his time and attention. When he encounters a woman and sparks a connection, he doesn't lavish her with free attention. Instead, he makes an initial introduction and then refrains from constantly pursuing her. This behavior might leave the woman puzzled. In a world where most men are vying for her attention on a daily basis, she wonders why this man doesn't follow suit. She begins to question her own worthiness, why she isn't as special in his eyes as she is in others. Here we can find resonance with the Stoic principle of valuing one's time and attention. It's not about playing mind games or indulging in unproductive activities, as Stoicism teaches us to pursue virtue and wisdom. Instead, the high-value man exemplifies the Stoic ideal by placing a genuine value on his time and not inflating the woman's ego with constant attention. In the words of Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, "What then is to be done? To make the best of what is in our power, and take the rest as it naturally happens." The high-value man embraces this philosophy by focusing on what he can control, his actions and priorities, while allowing the rest to unfold naturally. By not constantly chasing after the woman's attention, he offers her a reality check, a gentle reminder of humility. In doing so, he encourages her to seek validation within herself, rather than relying on external sources. In conclusion, the Stoic approach to this situation teaches us the importance of valuing our time and attention, adhering to the wisdom of Epictetus, and encouraging self-validation. As we navigate the complexities of modern relationships, we can draw inspiration from Stoic principles to lead a more intentional and fulfilling life. Remember, in the pursuit of wisdom and virtue, we find our true value. Know how to be alone. It's a common observation that some men seem perpetually entangled in relationships. No sooner does one relationship end than another begins. This pattern, often born out of a fear of solitude, reveals a deeper issue. These men, unfortunately, haven't learned the art of being alone. They are, in a sense, running away from themselves, seeking constant companionship as a shield against the introspection and growth that solitude can bring. This behavior, frankly, is quite pitiable. In stark contrast, high-value men, those who embody the virtues of self-reliance and inner completeness, embrace solitude. They are not driven by a desperate need for companionship because they understand a fundamental Stoic truth. Their worth and completeness are intrinsic, not defined by another's presence. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "All men, Brother Gallio, wish to live happily, but are dull at perceiving exactly what it is that makes life happy." This quote resonates deeply here. High-value men recognize that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from external relationships. This self-assuredness and confidence are palpable, and it naturally attracts others. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who exude this kind of self-sufficiency and inner strength. It's a paradox of sorts. The less these men seek out companionship, the more they are pursued. But here's where the high-value man's discernment shines through. He doesn't respond to every overture. Instead, he waits. He understands that quality matters far more than quantity. His choice to engage is deliberate, selecting a partner who aligns with his values and standards not out of loneliness or desperation, but out of a desire for a truly meaningful connection. This approach to relationships is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of self-awareness, self-development, and living a life of virtue. It's not about shunning relationships, but about entering them with a clear sense of self and purpose. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic sage, aptly noted, "He who loves his neighbor does not need a successor to his love." This speaks to the idea of choosing relationships not as a means to fill a void, but as an extension of one's completeness. As we navigate the complexities of relationships and self-worth, it's crucial to remember that being alone is not synonymous with loneliness. It's an opportunity for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. High-value men understand this. They use their time alone to cultivate their minds, character, and spirit. This cultivation is what makes them attractive, not just in the romantic sense, but as individuals of substance and depth. In conclusion, the lesson here is clear. Embrace solitude, cultivate self-worth, and let relationships be a choice of quality over necessity. As you walk the path of Stoicism, remember that your value is inherent, and your journey towards self-improvement and virtue is the most fulfilling relationship you can have. Fortune favors the bold. In the realm of Stoicism, the concept of being bold and proactive is highly esteemed, a principle that resonates deeply with high-value men, especially in the context of relationships. The ancient Stoic adage, "Fortune favors the bold," encapsulates this ethos perfectly. High-value men embody this maxim by embracing risk-taking, particularly when it comes to initiating interactions with women. They understand that greatness and fulfillment often lie on the other side of courage. The passive approach, often characterized by waiting and inaction, is seen as a less effective strategy in life and love. This approach is likened to a path strewn with frustration and struggle, particularly in the context of forming relationships with women. High-value men recognize that passivity may lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. In contrast, they believe in taking charge of their destiny, not just in their professional lives but also in their personal relationships. This proactive stance is not about dominance or disregard for others' feelings, but about understanding one's worth and not being afraid to pursue what one desires. It's about recognizing that life doesn't just happen to us. We have the power to shape it with our actions and decisions, before even considering the idea of when or why to ignore a woman. It's crucial to have the confidence and self-assuredness to approach them with respect and genuine interest. Let's consider the story of Cato the Younger, a renowned Stoic philosopher. Cato was known for his unwavering principles and his boldness in the face of adversity. His life was a testament to the idea that one should actively pursue their goals and stand firm in their beliefs, regardless of the challenges or opposition they might face. This story serves as an inspiration, showing that true value and character are demonstrated through actions and choices that align with one's principles. In applying this Stoic principle to modern relationships, it's essential to strike a balance. While being bold and taking initiative is crucial, it's equally important to do so with wisdom and respect. High-value men understand that their worth is not just in their actions but also in their ability to discern when to act and when to step back. They know the true strength lies in their character and their ability to navigate the complexities of relationships with integrity and respect. In conclusion, the lesson for the audience is clear. Embrace boldness and take charge of your life, but do so with wisdom and respect for others. Understand your worth and don't be afraid to pursue what you desire, but always remember that true value lies in your character and your actions. Be direct in the realm of high-value men. A distinct approach to interactions, especially with women, is evident. These men embody a directness and straightforwardness that is both admirable and instructive. Their philosophy aligns closely with the Stoic principle of valuing time and clarity over ambiguity in games. They understand that rejection, while momentarily uncomfortable, is far preferable to the prolonged uncertainty and wasted time that comes from not being forthright. This direct approach becomes particularly evident in their dealings with women who tend to play games. Such women find themselves either ignored or ghosted by high-value men. This reaction is not out of spite, but stems from a clear understanding of their own worth and objectives. These men know what they want and do not hesitate to move on if they perceive their time as being wasted. This sends a powerful message. To engage with a high-value man, one must exhibit sincerity and respect for his time. Contrast this with the more common behavior observed in many men, who often fall into the trap of being vague, acting more like a friend than a potential partner. They engage in lengthy conversations peppered with emojis and small talk, hoping to gradually build a connection. However, this approach often leads to misunderstandings and a waste of time for both parties involved. The high-value man's method is succinct and to the point. He avoids unnecessary back-and-forth texting and beating around the bush. This approach is reminiscent of the Stoic practice of straightforwardness and eschewing unnecessary complexities in communication. It's a reminder of the Stoic belief in the importance of being true to one's nature and intentions. Consider the story of Cato the Younger, a renowned Stoic philosopher. Cato was known for his blunt honesty and directness, often to the point of discomfort for those around him. Yet this directness was not born out of rudeness, but from a commitment to truth and integrity. He believed that clarity and communication was key to a virtuous life. His life serves as a testament to the power of directness and honesty in all forms of communication. In conclusion, embrace directness and clarity in your interactions. Whether in romantic pursuits or in everyday communication, being straightforward saves time and fosters genuine connections. It's a call to reject the superficial games and embrace a more sincere and purposeful way of interacting with others. This approach not only aligns with Stoic principles, but also enhances the quality of our relationships and our lives. Don't change your plans for her. This principle, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, teaches us about the importance of self-respect and maintaining one's own path in life. A man meets an attractive woman and is immediately inclined to rearrange his entire schedule just to spend time with her. While at first glance this might seem like a romantic gesture, it actually conveys a message of desperation and a lack of self-value. High-value men, those who embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom and self-control, understand the significance of honoring their commitments and maintaining their personal integrity. They know that their time is precious and should not be easily relinquished. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This quote resonates profoundly with our topic. By not altering their plans for someone else, These men are not only showing respect for their own time but also setting a standard for how they expect to be treated. It's about having a life that is rich and fulfilling on its own, one that doesn't revolve solely around another person, no matter how captivating they may be. This approach in turn creates a dynamic where the woman recognizes that the man's time and attention are valuable commodities. It's a subtle indication that if she desires his attention, she must appreciate and work for it. This isn't about playing games or being elusive. It's about demonstrating that you, as a high-value individual, have a life filled with purpose and commitments that you honor. Remember, the essence of Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or being indifferent, but about understanding what is within our control and what is not. As Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of relationships, this means listening to what our values and commitments are telling us, rather than being swayed by fleeting emotions or the allure of a new relationship. So, when you find yourself in a situation where you're tempted to drop everything for someone else, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, are you being true to your own path? Are you respecting your own time and commitments? By staying true to yourself and your path, you not only uphold your own value but also set the stage for a relationship where mutual respect and effort are the foundations. In conclusion, the lesson here is not about ignoring others, but about honoring yourself and your commitments. It's about understanding that your time and attention are valuable and should be given to those who recognize and respect that value. This is a powerful lesson in self-respect and setting healthy boundaries, a lesson that is timeless and universally applicable, much like the wisdom of Stoicism itself. Mindset and the perspective. In the realm of dating and relationships, high-value men, those who understand their worth and carry themselves with a certain air of confidence, often adopt a mindset that sets them apart. These men recognize their attractiveness and appeal to women, but crucially, they do not place women on a pedestal as superhuman entities. This balanced perspective allows them to interact with women in a relaxed, nonchalant manner, which paradoxically tends to be highly attractive to women. This approach aligns closely with Stoic philosophy, which teaches the importance of understanding one's value and not allowing external factors, including the opinions of others, to dictate one's self-esteem. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This implies the value of being observant and understanding in interactions, rather than being overly impressed or swayed by someone's presence, including that of an attractive woman. Contrast this with the mindset of the average man, who might become nervous or overly eager in the presence of an attractive woman. This often stems from a lack of self-assuredness and a failure to internalize the mindset of the high-value man. It's a common saying that mindset is everything, and there's a profound truth to this. When you genuinely believe in your own value and see yourself as a desirable partner, this belief manifests in your demeanor and actions. You begin to carry yourself with a certain grace and assurance that is inherently appealing. Moreover, if you are a man who is strong in all areas of your life, emotionally, intellectually, professionally, it becomes increasingly difficult to be overly impressed or intimidated by someone else, regardless of their attributes. This isn't to say that you shouldn't appreciate or be attracted to others, but rather that this attraction doesn't unsettle your self-assurance or sense of worth. In today's fast-paced, often superficial dating world, this Stoic approach to self-value in relationships offers a refreshing perspective. It encourages men to cultivate a deep sense of self-worth that isn't easily shaken by external factors, including the dynamics of dating and relationships. The advice for modern men, therefore, is to focus on developing themselves in a holistic manner, nurturing their minds, bodies, and spirits, and to approach relationships with a balanced, Stoic mindset. This not only enhances their attractiveness but also leads to healthier, more fulfilling interactions with others. In conclusion, the mindset of the high-value man, deeply rooted in Stoic principles, is about understanding and appreciating one's worth without allowing it to be dictated by external validation, particularly in the context of romantic relationships. This approach not only makes a man more attractive, but also ensures that his interactions and relationships are grounded in respect, self-assurance, and genuine connection. As we wrap up today's insightful journey into why high-value men might choose to ignore women, reflecting on the 8 reasons we've discussed, it's crucial to remember that these insights are more than just relationship advice. They are about understanding and valuing oneself, respecting personal boundaries, and cultivating meaningful interactions in all aspects of life. I encourage you to ponder how these Stoic principles can be applied in your daily life. How can understanding your worth and respecting your time change the way you interact with others? How can fostering genuine connections improve your personal and professional relationships? Reflect on these questions and share your thoughts with us. Your unique perspectives and experiences are what make the Stoic in Your Life community so vibrant and insightful. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and comment below. Your engagement is not just appreciated, it's essential in spreading these timeless Stoic teachings to others who might benefit from them. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content, where we continue to explore the relevance of Stoicism in today's world. Together, let's strive to embody the principles of Stoicism in our everyday lives, fostering personal growth, resilience, and happiness. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Stay tuned for more enriching content here on Stoic in Your Life. Remember, every step you take in understanding and applying these teachings brings you closer to a more fulfilled and balanced life. Until our next video, keep living the Stoic way.